All right, everybody. Welcome back to I've Got Next. I'm Smeef Erickson, and with me always is Austin.
Howdy, howdy.
And I am a giant child looking down at his expensive Lincoln Log collection.
Everything the light touches can be yours.
The sun's not out.
What? We don't talk about that, Simba.
I really like... So, they did that whole synchronization thing, you know, the little... like over there, if you look over there, that's where the eagle view thing is. But I kind of like this view because it's sort of taking a step back to remind you that you are in an animus. It's not trying to... So it's running it as more of a video game at this point instead of, oh, you are going to more or less anciently inhabit the body of your ancestor, you know, in some sort of convoluted way. But I do kind of like that they sort of taken a step back and sort of made it like more of a game for the supposed person that you are taking the form of.
Yeah, genetic memory.
Yeah. Bit of a stretch. Woo! Oh, we gotta sneak. Alright, so this is I'm going to attempt to do better. Because well, we've had a myriad of issues the last couple of recording sessions.
It turns out VR is hard.
Recording it is. I don't know what you're talking about. I am a masterful gamer. I have what they call let go. I have pro gamer skills. What was that line like? She's like I walked up to her and she was like, "Nyah."
That's your pro gamer skills, man.
I like this skirt. I want one.
Cool. You know, I liked her as a character in the game. What little I played, I never finished this one.
Christ.
Hey, you found it.
I haven't picked up. Oh, we're back to this. Oh, drop the bass.
Wop, 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 wop. Just in case you wanted to know, the little armored skirt thing you have on is the Taragus.
Yeah, it seems to be unisex. They're all wearing them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's my new objective. I have to locate a wreath. All right. Yes.
Interestingly enough, where we always see them in video games of being like metal, they seem to mostly be leather. Even the one like Alexander the Great, I'm looking at a particularly interesting mosaic of him wearing one. But yeah, mostly kind of just treated leather.
All right, so that is a bit of if that's where I gotta go, that's a bit of a leap. Like usually it's a jump down, but this is like a. All right.
I'm excited
to see
the game
says. Woo! No bones broken.
You're like a tomahawk missile.
I'm genuinely curious. Oh yeah, that'd be funny if it was like canon that, like they all screeched like a hawk whenever they did that dive. But I've got to say, I do wonder how many impressionable young children tried diving into bays of hell after this game.
Oh yeah, I guess I never heard anything, but somebody must have tried it.
Best to stay undetected here.
Well, I mean, you remember when like parkour was a big thing and everybody was like jumping off. What am I stuck on? Everybody was just leaping off shit because they saw somebody on the internet do it.
Would you like to know how popular parkour still is. It just had a competition in the Olympics this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I mean, I will not. I'm not going to stand here and say that it isn't a sport by any stretch of the imagination. That it is something that, yes, does indeed take skill. It's just that's weird that is. Okay, so I haven't watched it. Is it just like a timed trial thing? Oh, biscuits.
Well, I tell you what. While you attempt your jumps, I will look up the Olympic requirements for parkour.
Haha.
Oh, wait a second. I may be wrong. There's apparently a kerfuffle going on in the world of parkour and whether or not it goes to the Olympics.
A kerfuffle?
Okay. So apparently the Olympic torchbearer did parkour for his part of the trek through Paris.
So that's where it became. Wasn't that where it become like really popular? Was in France originally?
Yeah, actually, if you want to see the person or like the very first parkour as when it became mainstream, there was a car commercial for Chevy or Ford that actually got the people who started parkour. I'm going to put heavy air quotes around that because I don't know if it was one person or a group of people and how long before it became an organized sport versus just people running and free running. But really cool commercial in which there was some like parkour through a car park, and then the guys who created Casino Royale was like, hey, that looks cool, let's get them to do a scene for James Bond. So the parkour free running scene in the opening of Casino Royale was like directed and choreographed by the people who started the movement.
Huh.
The Bond series always did that, though. They always were like, hey, that's a really cool thing. Let's just get the guy that made it.
Yeah. So Odd Job was a famous guy that threw hats.
Precisely. Another interesting bit of 007 history. In Never Say Never Again, which is the one that I remember being kind of racist, but I don't think it's as bad as I remember it being. Bond gets into a fight with a dude inside of a... Oh, wait, nope, hold on. No, okay, it's the one where he goes to Japan. Do we remember that one?
Yeah. Was it the really bad one with Sean Connery?
So it's one where he disguises... Okay, it's You Only Live Twice. It's the one where he disguises himself as an Asian man by... They just kind of put some things around his eyes and give him a bit of yellow face. I will say that for the movie's credit, he's not doing anything other than like it is a disguise and it doesn't work at all. Like
I know, but it was like, hello, I'm Asian.
Wakarimashka. So anyways, back to my original point. So he gets into a fight with a dude who is just the heavy for the big bad guy. And they just have a big knockdown drag out in the lobby of this Japanese production company, and that is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's grandfather.
Oh,
Yeah.
they have a very long history of it being a wrestling family.
Apparently,
I have no idea what I'm doing.
I don't know. Look, man, you're the wreath master. Is it on top of the statue? Do you have to climb up there and get it, or is it in one of the chests?
It says locate the wreath, and it's pointing at his head, which I assume
Maybe it's just in this room.
maybe. There are only so many things that I can open.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Rafiki. Oh, here it is.
Put it on. Put it on.
That's everything Odessa said I'd need. I should go to the Temple of Apollo.
Should you now? I should go to the Temple of Apollo.
Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned it last, but this island is the mythological birthplace of Apollo.
Oh.
The island of Delos.
That would have been and hey, I'm getting it back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, now that was always something fascinating about the Greek gods, is there was never any. They're the most human gods ever depicted, I think.
I think Colin Quinn does a pretty good comedy routine on it, but it's like the gods and the stories of the gods were the soap operas of the day. Like, they were the theater. You explained why you got, so-and-so got angry all the time, and it was because, Ares was, working through him.
Yeah.
Why did these two, like, seemingly happy together people suddenly, like, have affairs? Well, it was clearly the god of love overpowered them. They couldn't do anything about it. So, there's these stories and gossip and everything to kind of explore. But they were just the pettiest of children.
Oh yeah, and like I think, well, supposedly, like after Zeus rescued all of them, the birthright of, if you want to call it that, the birthright of the main god of Olympus was Hades. But Zeus was like, "No, I rescued you all, so it should be me." You know how? Do you know how they settled it?
Go for it. Go on.
They drew straws.
Well, yeah, I've certainly heard the story, and I've heard it told a couple of different ways, and sometimes he didn't, sometimes he did, and then sometimes just from the nature of being the one who actually kind of freed everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Then he kind of took what was rightfully his. But apparently the one that I like the most is that it wasn't so much that Zeus made them draw straws for who got to be power. It was more a competition between Poseidon and Hades. And so there's this kind of seething resentment because each one wanted the other's domain, but each one like pretended to have gotten the thing they wanted.
Yeah.
But it's good times. I do like the battle between the gods and the Titans. It's called the Titanomachy.
Ooh. Am I supposed to do something with this?
I think you have to find the right bow.
Oof.
The bow statue.
Check out those textures. Oh, wait.
Oh, there's a lute. Maybe that goes there. Is that what that instrument's called? Oh, no, the lyre.
Oh, Hang on. Alright. Something is... Okay, so I have all 3 of these items. How do I...
Oh. So you have to... Oh, wait.
Oh.
Oh, in your head there.
There we go. That wasn't very intuitive. I apparently I have to... Okay. Squat.
Just found something funny. So it apparently is a forminx, which I like because it's described as a lyre for professional bards. Not those amateur assholes. Get them out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I think... Now, granted, it's a... You may do with what you had at the time.
Place is deserted,
But,
but it could still be dangerous.
when I think about...
I should tread carefully.
And I say this coming from someone that grew up playing an NES, that if you were to attempt to give that to a child now, they more often than not they'd say, "What the hell is this?" But the forms of entertainment that they had back then, barring the bards that would sing, or the what were they called, the the jesters, but it's another word for it. I was trying to come up. Ow!
Oh. You stepped on the ancient machine gun trap.
Oh, I died. Well,
If I may recap, I've enjoyed you stepping on the trap, backing back into the trap and getting shot again, and then stumbling forward onto the trap a third time.
I'm role playing. She had to be sure that that's indeed what happened.
Mr. Bean, Master Assassin.
What was that, Johnny English?
Oh, was it? I've never seen it. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen a lot of Mr. Bean. Can you jump? Oh, there's a shield. Can you grab the shield and use it?
Huh. Why did they only give it... Oh! Well, don't I feel silly? Haha!
How many charges does that thing have?
I don't know. Boy, they sure didn't... They sure wanted to make sure you didn't miss those.
How does that work?
I don't know.
Because it's a video
we're
game.
also... I know, but we're also, like, I just put an arrow, a lyre, and a wreath on 3 different statues, and somehow it opened up a giant cavernous vault.
Oh.
I gotta do that.
Take that, physics. Real space.
Haha! Huh.
Whoa, that's some crazy smiling sphinxes here. I don't...
Yeah.
Like they were hit by the Joker gas.
Someone else.
I think that might just be the shadow coming from the...
Okay, maybe it's just lips. Okay. Never mind. They were kind of freaking me out.
Boy, this has got to be dark. I'm going to have to lighten this up.
Yeah, when you were looking in chests earlier, it was just you reaching into black voids.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, ancient Greece bag of holdings.
I keep it in my prison wallet.
Ooh.
This is really pretty to actually kind of be in here.
Oh yeah, I mean this is one of the better like VR games that I've seen. I remember playing the Skyrim VR on PlayStation, and it being a cool. Oh no!
Well, I did not know that was a mechanic.
Scar, brother, help me!
That was really nice. That is a nice touch. That's like a desperately hanging on for your poor mistakes.
Yeah, I like that it threw sparks.
Yeah. Oh god, that sort of reminded me of that probably the dumbest line in it was one of the Ezio Assassin's Creed games, and it's when they introduced the hook blade, and it was like you have the blade part and the hook part, and then just completely overlooking now that the blade would have a hook on it right here. How does it function as intended?
Yeah, I don't know. Becomes one of those fish gutting knives.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the only way I can do the Ezio voice is just to do Maurice Chavez from Grand Theft Auto. Just Maurice Chavez.
What you thinking, asshole? Oh, my nose. That's probably one of my favorite lines is lift this hairspray.
Like our little Ninja Warrior course here.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, okay, hang on. Let me. There we go. Well, okay. I mean, it's making an attempt.
Yeah.
It's not just like for adding on, like, part of this game is just me appreciating how well made it is. I mean, it's a shame that they, that it didn't really, I guess.
Oh, it's so good. Help me.
Well, oh, there we go.
Oh, we're still alive. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I am slightly disappointed that it doesn't leave you down. You just don't fall to your death into a pit, but that is actually really funny. Whoa, fuck.
It never gets old.
Okay, that wasn't me.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. What?
There you go.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ah.
Okay.
Welcome to Mortal Kombat.
The stakes got a little higher.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. All right. Oh, I do like you. I do like. Check this out. So you got easy and you have intermediate. I like that. That is a good design. Difficulty options within game.
You say that. Let's see you complete one first.
I'm sure I'll be fine. Last time was a fluke. Bad programming. That's what it was.
There's no way in hell I would climb on this. This rickety ass wooden.
Okay. Hang on.
Also, I want them to put something underneath, like at the bottom of the pit, that's gonna get you. So you're just sliding down, trying to save yourself while this giant mouth.
Oh, like a rancor?
Yeah.
Or something that would. Something of the equivalent from ancient Greece.
Rancors. I mean, this is the game that had you fight Anubis, so, what's a Rancor at that point?
Yeah. Ah. Oh.
Oh, it's Odysseus's bow. Okay.
Alright, so he was a I forget which one he was.
Well,
I'm
you
assuming
could
he was an archer.
you could say scion of Zeus and be right like 50% of the time with the way of old Zeus slung it around.
Mm-hmm.
So if you remember from Clash of the Titans, his dad was Pete Postlethwaite Laertes.
Hang on.
The new one, I would say.
That is a cool. That is a beefy bow.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got to, I guess.
Oh, you're doing the thing that Thor did.
Who?
Thor had to shoot a bow through a bunch of axes and hit a target. It was one of his trials. Okay, so Odysseus was the great grandson of Hermes, so a son of Hermes. Although apparently, scandalous, it's possible that Sisyphus might be his true father. Sisyphus, the greatest con man in the world.
This could be what we're looking for.
Oh.
Find it and upload the code to me.
All right. Way to break the immersion.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, why that just sucks.
Whoop. Wait.
Oh, you found a piece of the Archaeopteryx, or whatever the ancient computer's called. Hold on, now we'll.
The energy signature
I mean,
in
that-
this area.
That was about as good as any of them.
The Antikythera mechanism.
Good work.
Hey, that's for professional bards.
I mean, there's no frets, so literally I could just be kind of strumming and.
See, that it's that kind
There
of
we go.
talk that gets you thrown out.
Ooh, look at there.
Oh, hey,
a fleur-de-lis and an assassin symbol.
I like that. I will say I'm impressed by that. Somebody putting in a little extra detail.
Mm-hmm.
I should also point
And
out.
I bet a lot of people missed it. So for the programmer that put that there, that's for you. Oh, and this was apparently built with a piece of the calculator.
The antimatter mechanism. I should also point out, I do like all the lion imagery because apparently that's a real thing that's on Delos, is just a whole bunch of statues.
Yeah. Boy, they had a surplus of marble.
I mean, I'm looking at pictures of Delos at the moment, and it's all ruins now. People have been moved off, and there just are a bunch of ancient white stones everywhere. So clearly, somebody was having a good time.
Yeah. But I mean, a lot of them, like this guy here, a lot of them were probably painted.
Oh yeah, I know that's one of the things that comes from kind of conservative British people doing history first. I see spikes on the ceiling. But is that we tend to think of ancient Roman and Greek statues as being white and pale when actually are probably super garish.
No. Knew that was going to happen. All right, what do I got to shoot? Gimme.
I don't know, but better do something. Oh,
Yeah, I know.
There
Spot.
are revolving targets.
Oh,
Oh,
damn it. Oh well. God, that's got to be the worst. Like dying in slow motion.
I mean, yeah, I didn't know it was an option, but yes. I also would not like to die in slow motion.
Now I've seen everything.
Have you now? Have you seen an elephant fly? Whoop, let that go. Come on. Eh?
Those are hard.
Ah. So, what's really cool about these, this design of bow, which has pretty much been the standard until they made the compound bow, you always see, like, so these bows were never like modern compound bows. It was a pull back and hold. These were so damn heavy that they never pulled back and aimed. They took aim, and because of how heavy the resistance was, it was just more or less pull and release because that's all they could manage.
Yeah. Although I will say, the longbow came after this, which was, the one that kicked so much ass in the medieval times.
Now to get back to Odessa.
Now I'm looking at bow evolution through history.
Can I?
Oh.
Whoops. Ow! Time out!
Okay, time it.
I'm an assassin. Ow! Jerk.
My only weakness, arrow to the stomach.
Speaking of Vikings, make yourself modest, sir. Can I? This modesty. There.
Watch
There
as Smeef fills up a corpse.
Look, I'm just trying to keep him, not grab the sword.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, she is strong. Anyway, speaking of Vikings,
Cassandra?
they had a very unique way of seeing if a wound was fatal, as far as the stomach goes.
Mm-hmm. I remember this from what was the Antonio Banderas movie?
Are you talking about the 13th Warrior?
Yep. They go over this and that. But please continue. Sorry for interrupting.
Oh, I didn't know that. Basically, if you were gut shot, you were given a very strong onion soup, and then they'd wait a few minutes and sniff the wound, and if they smelled onions, then it made it to your stomach, and you were just basically doomed to die of sepsis.
Yep, they did touch on that
Ow.
in the 13th Warrior.
Which is based on Beowulf. Well, loosely.
Yeah, it was a bet between Crichton and I forget who the other author was, as if he could convince his class that it was based on a hitherto unknown retelling of an ancient, like, Beowulf.
Well, they had it, and it was more or less just a nod. They actually had a character in there named Hrothgar, but he was just a little boy.
I think they had Bulgars or Bulgarg as well. That's how you pronounce it. I'm fairly sure. Don't correct me.
I shan't. Can you please die? Thank you.
I don't think I ever read Eaters of the Dead.
Eaters of the Dead?
So that was what the 13th Warrior, the book. So apparently, two sources. One, the first 3 chapters are a retelling of Ahmad ibn Fadlan's personal account of his actual journey north and his experience with and observations of the Varangians. And then the remainder is just a retelling of Beowulf. Yeah, so apparently the bet was that he could make the story of Beowulf interesting.
Yeah. There was because of who wrote it, there was like a really strong, there was a really strong lean into Christianity with it.
I need to rewatch this, man, because I remember this being a solid movie.
13th Warrior?
Yeah.
Whoops. Whoops. I'm stuck. Just gonna run.
We're all stuck, man. It's the human condition.
Very true. But I honestly I remember very little of it as well. I thought it was cool that like he learned how to speak their language through what was essentially just, I guess, assimilation.
Yeah, I thought that scene was really great because it has them all sitting around and it just shows him listening. And so he's like
and
picking up the
then
language.
He begins mouthing the words. And then like when it decides to let the audience understand what's being spoken from the other men, he speaks in broken English, or what would be the equivalent of it. And he was like, "You son of a pig." But yeah, that I remember, God, back in high school, that was actually a homework assignment to watch that movie.
I had no idea it was a John McTiernan movie.
What else has he done?
So John McTiernan, pretty big, prolific director / producer. Possibly one of my favorite movies of all time, Hunt for the Red October. Another classic he did, Die Hard. Maybe you've heard of it.
Ah, okay.
The Thomas Crown Affair, which was great because it was Pierce Brosnan after being Bond, when they were like, what if you were just Bond again? But this time for art.
Art.
It's well worth it. I think it's a great movie. One of my all-time favorite movies that I think gets an unfair rap, Last Action Hero.
Whoops. I mean, for what it is.
I think Arnold like parodies himself and actually has pathos
I mean,
in there.
I kind of thought that was the idea.
Apparently it was not received as a parody, and I don't know how that's possible, but apparently there are people that believe Starship Troopers isn't a parody.
Whoops.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. So he also did Predator, which, you know, sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, then he did a producer on a lot of stuff. And including the 2002 Rollerball, which...
Rollerball?
Yeah, the remake of the original.
Oh, okay.
Was that Michael Caine in the original Rollerball?
Oh, that's one of the ones I haven't seen, I'm sorry to say.
Oh, sorry, James Caan, 1975.
Ah.
Cassandra, you're back.
I am.
Is that... You found the bow? Let me see it.
No. I'll
Say
let you
please.
see. I'll let you see one arrow really quickly coming at you.
I was going to try and see if I can give her 5. Can I take anything? Well, you're no fun.
Her little bottle she has on her hip, I think I've seen at every Ren fair ever.
Don't be a tease, Cassandra.
It's potion.
Yeah.
Actually, it's green, so it might be poison.
It could be a remedy. Sometimes those are green.
Oh, she's even got crow's feet. Sorry to invade your personal space.
Hand me the bow, Cassandra.
All right. Jeez.
Whatever the video encoding was, did not like that. So
Yeah.
I just had a giant picture of Odessa for a few seconds. I wonder if that's
You
supposed to
suck.
be inlaid turquoise on the handle.
Maybe.
It was never made for ordinary people. It belonged to Odysseus, a hero.
I mean, he was also a Greek, guy. He, some ways a hero. Other ways, let's just say,
Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Hold that for a second.
You'll make me wait forever.
Oh, you can hold it. You wanted to see it so bad. I'm looking around to see if I can fuck with stuff. Something's gross in there. Alright, I can't mess with nothing. Ooh, plans?
Well, my offer still stands.
You made an offer?
Does Sean Bean play Odysseus in? Yes, it is Sean Bean. If you've ever seen 2004's Troy, I would highly recommend it because it's a very kind of melancholy look at when the world changed and heroes were no longer needed. I think it's probably one of Brad Pitt's best performances.
It was actually, yeah, I do remember it. Loosely based on the Iliad, I believe.
Like the Siege of Troy. And what sucks for me is that, you've got Brad Pitt in this awesome role, and then they have to change the thing because people aren't ready, I guess. But they changed his love interest to his cousin. And that sucks,
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, they so the Iliad, you had Achilles. Who was he? He chased Hector, I think it was.
Hector was the Prince of Troy.
Yeah, and he chased him around like they were playing chase for like 3 days around Troy. It was the dumbest fight I've ever read.
Well, yeah. So you have Patroclus, which was quote unquote Achilles' cousin. But yeah, they were in the traditional story. It is implied, kind of, I would say heavily, that they are Erastus and Eromenos, which is like older male lover and younger male lover. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, but like we had talked about in the last episode, that was kind of, socially speaking, I'm a hacker.
I'm in.
We still need the other fragments to complete the code base, and once we have that, we can start
Look, I'm hacking.
and make my vision a reality.
Are you saying stuff?
Speaking of fragments, you're on the clock.
I'm going. Where next?
Oh,
Another shift in time.
but
Connor Kenway, a real thorn in the side of the British during
hey,
Connor, the one that I know nothing about.
took out some of the Patriots' greatest enemies and helped pave the way for the birth of the United States. Or so they say.
Sounds like a hero.
To some.
boy, there is
How to use a tomahawk.
there is a backhand in there somewhere.
Find out.
Someone that is well, I think he's half in the game, but someone that is of First Nation descent that helped pave the way for the United States. That's a backhand. That is a backhand.
Also, it's interesting that we're using First Nationers. I think, which development studio was this? Because that would lead me to believe it's the Canadian or Australian one.
No, I don't know. I'm saying I don't know. I wasn't paying attention if she said it in the game. I think I said it because I think that is the preferred term now.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, and if I'm saying something wrong, anybody, I do sincerely apologize. I do try and
There's a man in the fort's prison.
accommodate that as well as I can, but I do believe that is the preferred term.
Okay.
Because saying Native American is implying that, that they called this America.
Let's see. Let's see. Red Storm. With Ubisoft Reflections, Ubisoft offices in Dusseldorf, Mumbai, Montreal. Let's see.
I don't want a parkour challenge.
Parkour. Developed by Red Storm Entertainment. Apparently, North Carolina.
The Birth of Flight. Or First in Flight.
Also, Tom Clancy's game studio before he passed away.
Oh.
I enjoy this with you playing the game and me getting lost in Wikipedia articles.
Alright, do I got two or just the one still? Oh, just the one, I guess. Yeah.
Clearly
an
evil character.
Oh. Everything's fine. Nothing to see here.
Da 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 da.
So, I was gonna say... What? Jesus.
You were gonna say you have to fulfill your dark urges?
Nope. They are sated. Oh.
Yeah,
excuse me, sir.
There's a good looking environment here with the tall ships in the background.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, that would be a really cool VR game, is being able to do a pirate themed game. Although, I mean, I won't say that I have thalassophobia, but I'm not the biggest fan of open ocean.
Yeah, I know there's a VR for Subnautica, and I looked at that about 5 seconds before I was like, nope. But yeah, a remake of just a remake of Sid Meier's Pirates, but in VR. I'd take that.
Oh yeah. God, I spent so many hours on that game. That is like probably one of the most chill games to play.
My search for a good substitute for that game is still ongoing, but I think I'll have to double check. But I did just see a game that might have reached there. And,
now, I know it's more action based, but my son played. He was stuck on playing Sea of Thieves for a while.
I did not like Sea of Thieves.
I haven't touched it.
Yeah, I know it's my own problem, but man, I really wanted to like that game, and I just did not find it very good.
I mean, it was popular on the internet for a while.
I would say that it's still like a massively popular game. A lot of people love it, so I will not say it's a bad game. I just will say it's not for me. Okay, so there's a game called Corsair's Legacy, open world pirate RPG. I think it's still in early access, but it looks super promising. Yeah.
Better be careful here.
Okay. What was it called again?
Corsair's Legacy.
Corsair.
Yep. It's actually pretty cheap right now, but again, early access, and I don't know how much is in the game, but looks pretty solid and looks like a time waster.
Nothing to say. You just rattle on. Why, there is a world of conversation to be had.
All right. That's tech. Oh, that's not a great place to go. Eagle Vision.
Just birds stuck in a tree.
Oh, is that where I gotta go? It says find the prison entrance, so maybe that's where I gotta go.
Yeah, I just see the little yellow dot over there.
Yeah. Well, it's doing that thing where like it's in this general area.
Yeah.
But I mean, while I'm here,
RoccoW! Is it in this outhouse?
oh,
This must be what I'm looking for.
meh. All right, enter the prison. I have entered the prison.
And also the Matrix.
Oop. I get throwing knives with this one. And what is this one?
Your Tammy Hawk.
What's that?
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
that- Master of Stealth.
Well, look, Connor got into the game late. The poor boy's rusty. Come on.
I mean-
Oh, check that out. Knee-high socks.
And spats. I mean, this
Oh,
is what, like
I
Chesapeake?
love the pose. Yes, girl. I like that I can actually do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's super impressive. You just get lost in the sauce on this one.
This is just I mean, I'm sure there is story and other things to be talked about. Well, I mean, none of the Assassin's Creed games were like really known for their story. It was a more you play for the mechanics kind of thing. But that aside,
Yeah.
I'm having a hell of a time.
These are the cells.
Yeah, lots of fires and an underground basement. Really good.
Mm-hmm.
How's the new prisoner behaving?
Badly, sir. He keeps on yelling about how he's got powerful friends who want to rescue him.
Assuming they aren't imaginary, his friends will have to go through me.
They have very bad peripheral vision.
Yeah. I guess it would suck to play if they didn't.
Some mission items can't. Wait, you can pickpocket in this game?
Oh, no.
I have not been playing it correctly. Oh, wait. I also have this. And these. Okay. That'll work. Ka-chow!
My ass.
Oh, okay. Oh, I've only got two.
Got anything? There's nothing to find.
Alright, I'll just,
What's that
Oh.
noise? Found anything yet? No, it was nothing.
I mean, this is pretty close to what I remember from playing the Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
games.
Thank God I live in a time before looking up was invented.
I'm told that that's still a problem that developers have with players, is just never looking up.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah.
What's this?
Oh. Nothing. Woo! Duck. Man, I'm rocking it. I just Greece I guess just was not my time period.
There you go. Now that you're in America.
Out of here.
Wait. You are dressed awfully modern.
I can't see you, so I'm going to take your word for it. It kind of looks like Colin Farrell to me, so maybe you're rescuing Bullseye from Daredevil.
Thank you. That damned rascal Aiden Galway sold me out to the British, and if you hadn't come along, I'd have been hanged for a spy.
Uh-huh.
For you that I'm here, then.
It is indeed. Wait. You're Connor Kenway. Achilles Davenport's spoken of you often.
You know Achilles?
Do I? I'm
He's got a very
Xander
weak
Berry.
tendon.
Surely he's told you about me. No? Oh well. It doesn't matter.
Come with me.
If you want to leave.
Guards, I should see
They're mostly dead, so, you know.
The way I came in is clear.
the cellar door? That's too much of a climb for me.
You're a
We'll have
child.
to find another way.
Enjoy rotting in prison.
You mean I will? Very well.
I don't wanna.
Guards and unlock the path.
Alright, I guess I gotta... Can I look
Lazy
at
ass
all of them?
computer.
Boy, I do wish there was a lighting setting, because, like, even I'm having trouble seeing.
Yeah, and I will say we're at an hour.
Alright, well, I tell you what, this is probably a good place to call it for now. We've made much more progress this time than we have been making. So, with that, I am Smeef, and with me has been Austin.
We'll see you next time.
Bye!